is going on, everyone, and welcome to Kart 6T3. My name is Ben, just so you know who is speaking to you. All right, I just came out here to the garage, and somebody, I think you know who, turned the temperature off in New York. This is ridiculous. Just yesterday, I was sweating. It was hot out. It's beautiful. Listen, I am a summer-loving kind of girl. I really should live down south. And I'm not even kidding. I've spent my entire life up here in New York. Now, while I love my family and friends, and I love the tracks up here and everything, I hate snow, and I am not ready. I'm not ready for it to go away. But, all right, to the topic. I always have a little something to say, usually, for the most part. Anyway, tires versus adjustments. This conversation has come up numerous times. Now, I don't want to say there's different trains of thinking on it. It's just something that is not normally done anymore. All right, so I've been racing for 20 years. I wouldn't exactly call me old school. But I did come from an era where we were low cross and we made more chassis adjustments than the current crop of racers. So this is due to technology. This is due to knowledge. This is due to chassis manufacturers figuring out what a kart chassis actually needs to be balanced to run properly. Now, I am old school in the act of I still will make cross adjustments. I still will make a camber adjustment at track in order to make the kart do something I want to. And I'm not the only one. I'm sure I'm not the only one. But when you go to these bigger races, to a state race, to a southern race, to, some of these places, it's tires. If it's not behaving, different tires, different duros, different preps. Have they been seasoned longer? It is tires, and you'll see scales being used, but I think that's more of you put on this set of tires and, say the staggers might be slightly off from, what set you once had on there to get an idea of where it's at. I have rarely seen anybody pulling a wheel, taking a spindle, moving washers in order to get a cross adjustment. I see it a lot in UAS. We are, because we're so much rougher on the chassis, we need bigger adjustments, small little adjustments. Yeah, they work. They may, you may be able to tweak a little something here or there, with a, say an 1/8 inch of a stagger adjustment. But usually, because everything you're feeling in your stocker kart, what I call stockers would be, clones or predators, all those things like, oh, I'm a little snug. Well, amplify that. We are going not twice as fast, but we are carrying so much more speed that into the turn, ours have a tendency to kind of undulate the chassis, if that's a word I want to use there. They definitely amplify everything. If you think that you're slightly tight in, I guarantee you I am plowing. I'm completely crossed up. The thing will not turn. It's just because of the amount of weight we have, the amount of horsepower, the amount of acceleration and deceleration that we're getting into the corners. This might be kind of why I'm more apt to make a chassis adjustment before you would. I'm not saying it's my first go-to. I've fallen in line a little bit with the tires. If a chassis isn't behaving, there are multiple things you can do with it. All in all, full set. All right, this set is, all 4 tires are too soft. I need to go to a full harder set. Or do I need the front end to bite just a little better? Maybe I change the front tires into something a little softer compound, staying within the realm of, you're not going to eat up the edge on the tire, that you're not going to blister that tire, but maybe soften up the front so it grips just a little better. Staggers I do play with all the time, and that's probably a cross adjustment saying your right front is also equal to a rear stagger. adjustment. You can adjust, your amount of cross in the cart with that stagger, or reduce it and assist the adding stagger would assist with the turn in the center of the corner. So just something to kind of contemplate. I know there's a lot of that there is a set balance. You go to your chassis manufacturer and they have, they want 65 to 67% cross. They want 59% left. They have your camber adjustments and say negative, 2.75 on your right front, 0 on your left front. You're towed out just slightly on your right front. Something like, along the pretty basic stuff. But a lot of teams do that they get the staggers that they kind of want, maybe a little more rear stagger on a tighter track, or, less stagger in the rear if it's a bigger track, but they get their numbers and that's what they are. And then they don't touch the chassis at all. They just throw tires at it. They throw different staggers at it, which, like I said, adjust cross or different, preps or hardnesses, stuff like that. So just kind of two different forms of thinking, but along the same lines. I've seen less and less over the years. Since I've even been running UAS, which was 06, I think was my first year in UAS, 07, somewhere in there. So since then, I've seen that the amount of chassis adjustments downslide. They may happen a little more up north here. We have such a variety of tracks. We're not all dirt fault. We're not all full one line gripped up tracks. We have rough tracks and bank tracks and silt tracks and real clay tracks, or maybe dirt clay mixed together. So I think that sometimes you have to take a bigger swing at something, and that means a cross adjustment. That means a chassis adjustment. Maybe move your seat. These type of things in order to get more left, reduce left, all that sort of stuff. I thought it would be an interesting video to kind of maybe even get your guys' opinions on it, whether or not you make cross adjustments if you start messing with the chassis at all, or are you one of those people that just bring enough tires with you and just, hey, this set ain't working, boom, we're hitting it with another set. I'm genuinely curious, and I thought it would be a good topic for everybody to discuss in the comments, or just kind of rattle around in your brain. Maybe you go to a track and you're throwing tires at it and it's not working. Maybe you could put a little cross into it to free it up. Maybe you could put a little rear stagger in the cart in order to get it to rotate just that little bit better in the center corner. Just some things to kind of play around with. And yeah, I guess that'll do. I am headed off 2 days. We're hitting the road for Georgia. So I'm getting everything loaded up tonight and lock up the trailer and all that, and really starting to finalize my prep for this race. Hopefully it goes good. Everybody wants to win going down there. I fully expect to, I don't want to say get my lunch handed to me, but it's Southern racing, man. And I've raced down there a bit, just not as much as everybody else. So I'm gonna try my hardest. I'm gonna try my hardest to keep with the leaders and see what I can show them this Northern boys got. Although I probably don't want to come back. It's gonna be warm down there. No one's cold up here. Maybe I'll just mysteriously disappear into the hills of Georgia. I don't think there are hills of Georgia, but anyway, you get the idea. All right, guys. If you didn't mind hitting a like on the video, that would be great. Or subscribe to the channel if this type of stuff is interesting to you. So hopefully I'll have some footage of the race coming up here, practice, anything like that. I'll try and upload if I'm at the hotel, if it'll work, if I got enough signal, all that jazz. But I'll try and give updates whilst I'm down there at the Grand Nationals. So, all right, guys, catch you later.